It was Thursday evening that Governor Eddie Calvo invoked his organic authority over the Guam Memorial Hospital and relieved its board and management of their duties. Just as his new management team started their first day with the governor and lieutenant governor taking a tour, current GMH spokesman Connor Murphy also resigned, saying he disagrees with the governor's decision. Despite the changes, interim hospital administrator Ray Vega says it's time to move forward. Vega returns to GMH after working with the agency over 18 years, doing various roles. And while he is also the governor's senior healthcare advisor, he mentions his latest goal is to find a new GMH administrator.
We should move forward. Our primary objective right now is to look forward and look at the financial status of the hospital.
Likewise, new Chief Financial Officer Siva Karupang returns to Guam from Malaysia to help GMH. He has over 15 years in healthcare experience and says he wants to use employees as assets, trim expenses, do less outsourcing, and make GMH a lean, mean organization.
What I hope to bring to the table is simply this, is to ensure that we have enough money in our coffers, ensure that we properly collect our bills that we put out, and also, most importantly, prudently spend our money.
New Medical Director Dr. Larry Lazama also says things will continue forward and that there will be no interruption to patient care.
And we reassure the staff that from a patient care standpoint, things will continue forward. There's not going to be any interruption with that.
While Governor Calvo and his cabinet toured different floors of GMH and visited patients, he also stopped to talk to staff about the sudden changes.
We're making a tour around here because I know there's been so many changes. But with that, we're for two things. Number one here, just to say thank you so much for your hard work, and it is appreciated. And also it's a commitment by myself, Ray, and this administration that we are going to do whatever we can do to support you all.
Although Calvo and Tenorio say their changes were mostly well received, some didn't like what had occurred. In fact, Carla Haddock expressed her frustrations to Calvo about his choice of words.
I'm correcting it with management.
I understand.
I appreciate the work you do.
Because the
but
way
you need the leadership.
The way I read into it is that you said you didn't care, or you said we don't provide good care.
The reason why
I don't want to incite a panic in the
reason why I intervene is because I care. I care for our people. So it's so important that number one is for our patients. God bless you.
Former acting chair Lou Leon Guerrero also says letting go of the board and previous management was a pretty drastic move, and she doesn't know what provoked the governor to do that. Leon Guerrero adds she was surprised he mentioned the incident of the settlement over amputation of a 5-year-old boy's leg to solidify his decision. She believes the governor just wanted to have his own team from the very beginning and mentions he should have just been upfront about it.
If he had really wanted to get his team in, then I think he should have just mentioned that with me. You know, he could have said, Lou, I don't think this board would work with me, or we could work it out, and we'd be happy to, you know, step aside. I think the way it was done was I thought, really so unlike him.
Leon Guerrero also argues the previous board knew exactly what they needed to do to get GMH financial recovery. She says they worked hard with the legislature on action plans and projected recovery to happen around the third quarter or end of the fiscal year. And while she and the board are disappointed and believe his decision was political and impatient, she continues to say the problem isn't management, highlighting their accreditation and the unqualified audits they've received the past few years.
The other thing is, you know, he said in his message that we were unprofessional, uncaring, and that we weren't really upfront with him, that we sort of hid things. I don't believe that, and I don't agree with that, because from the very beginning, his, you know, fiscal team has apprised him of what the situation is. We met with the fiscal team. We met with the governor. Peter John gave him a big, you know, lay down of how we got here, what the financial situations are, and the governor was so supportive.
On the other side, the governor says everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but he has made up his mind. Both he and his new team reiterate their support for the hospital.
I had communications with Senator Lou Leon Guerrero, met with the board. Mr. Ariola had been in almost day-to-day contact with members of the board and management. We saw that there needed to be changes. We wanted to work with them. But what it appeared for me, there were obstacles from day one.
This is about improving the quality of care that many of the professionals deliver every single day here at the hospital. It's about improving the quality of care by supporting the people who deliver that care.